What's going on, everyone? Hope y'all are having a wonderful day and hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Want to say I'm thankful for all 343 of you who subscribed and all of you guys who continue to tune into my videos and hear me speak about Andrew Yang. So in this video I wanted to talk about the topic of peaking. Oh, and by the way, I got this pretty sick Andrew Yang t-shirt. Hopefully you guys can see that. Very Terminator-esque. So if you want to copy your own shirt, I'll leave a link down below. The website's Yang Yang Gang Gang. I'm not affiliated with it by any means. I just think they make really cool shirts, and honestly they should talk to the Yang campaign, upload some of their own shirts on there, just because I think their stuff is really cool. But anyways, let's take a look at the state of Andrew Yang's campaign in terms of the polls. And according to Real Clear Politics, he's doing better, but nothing really monumental. I mean, he has increased to 3.3% as of today, which is Black Friday. But really, he's not really surging or anything, unlike Buttigieg, who's pretty much just exponentially eclipsed the last few days. And looking at this really sparked the idea of this topic, which is about peaking. So every time you hear Andrew Yang talk about the state of his campaign, he says something along the lines of, everything is going exactly according to plan. And to be honest, for the past few months that I was following Andrew Yang's campaign and checking the polls every so often, it really didn't look that good. I felt like he was actually behind. And essentially, I just thought he would be doing a lot better in the polls than he is right now. And I get it, polls aren't going to be reflective of what is actually going to occur come voting day, but I think it is the game of the primaries. It made me slightly concerned about the ground we're actually making these past few months. But thinking about it harder, when I think about what is the reward of actually playing and winning this game, it kind of makes a little more sense on why Andrew Yang really has no intention to be peaking at this time or surging, which seems counterintuitive, but really when you think about it, most people pay attention to the front runner. And in the case of a weaker playing field, maybe like the top 3 or top 4. And essentially the main reward of being in the top 3 for the polls is just a ton of publicity. Both good publicity, such as, you know, name recognition, default support, and hopefully for Andrew Yang more speaking time, but also bad publicity such as scrutiny and getting attacked. So to come back to the idea of peaking, it is imperative for a small candidate like Andrew Yang to peak at the right time. Because let's face it, I know for a fact me and you are probably a lot more interested and closely following the Democratic primaries as a lot of other people that really haven't even given this election cycle much thought. And really the average busy hardworking person isn't gonna have time, or at least want to dedicate time to actually looking up a candidate in the first place, and most likely they're just gonna give default support because they're like, hey, you know, yeah, this guy's first, I kind of know him, so yeah, I think it'll be a good idea. So in my humble opinion, if Andrew Yang can somehow time the time he peaks, he can get a surge of default supporters. Like, imagine if Andrew Yang out of nowhere takes an early state. And now, one, the news is actually covering him, and two, because his flagship proposal is pretty well liked, because, you know, $1,000 a month, and people are gonna actually pay attention because, one, he's Asian, and people are gonna wonder, wait, how did this Asian dude win an early state like Iowa? And two, if a candidate is gonna essentially put $12,000 in your pocket each year, who wouldn't pay attention to that? And then, of course, for those who are going to take the time to actually look up Andrew Yang and know about his more important policies and really the fundamental thinking behind his flagship proposals, they're going to likely end up as Yang Gang and, of course, send support such as sending donations out and giving recommendations through word of mouth. Alright, so I talked about a lot of stuff, but what does this actually mean, and what should this translate to, in my humble opinion, and don't get this twisted, this isn't like gospel or anything, but if Andrew Yang wants to win the Democratic primaries, he needs to win Iowa. Imagine, come voting time, if Andrew Yang wins not just any early voting state, but the first early voting state, this will give him the best odds of actually winning the election cycle. With good odds. I'm not saying that if he took, top 3 or consistently placed top 4 in all the early states that he wouldn't be able to win or anything, but I'm saying that if he takes Iowa, this will give him the best odds to actually winning the Democratic primaries. But of course, anything can really happen. But what I am certain about is he will be in a much better place if he wins Iowa. So in terms of peaking, imagine people hearing about some Yang guy winning Iowa out of nowhere. This is when it would be ideal for Andrew Yang to peak. And of course, hopefully, it's not a peak and he surges even more and then wins the elections and everything. But what I'm saying is that in come February time, this is when Andrew Yang should focus all his guns on rising in the polls. Of course, the tricky part is timing all this, but because Andrew Yang has such a firm support base and really a foundational reason on why he should be elected, i.e. his policies, I think a combination of TV ads, social media exposure, whether that be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, maybe whatever it may be, and some crucial endorsements by important people, perhaps Obama, I think that would do the trick. And again, despite how high level and big these strategies are, with TV ads and celebrity endorsements and everything, well, don't forget that this is equally as important of a ground game. And showing up in Iowa and showing up at those caucuses strong and in high numbers and with a ton of energy and passion, that is equally as important. Alright, so that is the video. Hope y'all enjoyed and hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Again, I wanted to mention that I'm super thankful for all you guys that continue to tune in and watch these videos. It means a ton to me. I'm just some dude putting not even a camera, putting my iPhone, pointing at me and making this video. So again, I'm really thankful for all 343 subscribers of you, all of you guys who continue to comment, like the video, tune in, and give me constructive criticism, i.e. the messy background I have, which, I'm working on it, and I got a little tongue-tied, but essentially I really enjoy making these YouTube videos, and I do it for you guys. So again, if you guys weren't here, this wouldn't be happening. So thank you again for making these videos. Thank you again for being the passion behind making these videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one.